Welcome back to Mike Rock Uncensored. If you're enjoying the content like I am, please do me a huge favor. Hit the like, subscribe, and follow button so that you can receive all the latest updates as soon as I make them available to you. All right, getting back into my top 5 pet peeves. This time, we're going to do it with online dating. Yes, I am a single full-time father. Yes, my kids are older now and I can start thinking about being in a relationship again at some point. No, I'm not. Trust me when I tell you I am not in a rush, but I have been on these dating sites because I still have responsibilities. It's really hard to get out there and meet people. And then not only that, with all of these movements and and what have you done for me lately mentalities, it's actually very tiresome, especially here in Las Vegas, for you to even want to get out there, put yourself on the availability market just to be harassed because you want to flirt or you want to date or you want to, get to know someone, and it kind of starts with you sparking an interest, but these days you spark an interest and that's all of a sudden labeled harassment. And it just gets, I know, a lot of women want to say, well, you have to behave a certain way or you got to come at me correct. No, I don't. No, I don't. I come at you how I come at you. I come at you as long as I'm respectful about it, and I show a genuine interest. That's not harassment, and even if you can, I don't care what nobody says. Even if you catch a man, kind of glancing to see kind of what you're working with. I mean, that's what we do. We're not. It's. I don't. I really have a hard time believing that men are just stalking you with their eyeballs. You may have caught them looking, but we can get into it all day, but a lot of times there are women who enjoy the attention. I'm sorry if you're not one of them or one of those women, but instead of being so sensitive because you're being looked at or being talked to in a way that you don't feel is correct, how about you just enjoy the fact that you're a beautiful woman and guys, the people are actually interested in you. I don't know, but I have pet peeve. I've gotten to where I'm trying to get to know people through online dating. It's a very, I would say it's different, but only because I feel like online dating gives people a way to come out of their shell more, come out of their shell a whole lot easier, and even pretend to be things that they're not. And it's predictable. There's these patterns that women have that if you just sit back and pay attention long enough, you'll see them, and it's agitating. It's like I can't stand it. So out of all those, I had to choose my top 5 pet peeves, and I had a lot more, but I figured we just go ahead and I did my best to narrow them down. Maybe in another video, we'll talk about the ones that did not make it. But for now, my top 5 pet peeves when it comes to online dating. Number 5, long delays between responses. You think we don't know what that means, but we do. If you're taking a long time, you get push notifications on your phone for these apps. So if you're taking a long time to respond, especially after you just matched, chances are you're probably talking to a number of dudes. I've become competition and I don't feel I need to compete with anybody. If there's a genuine interest in who I am and you want to get to know me, why are you wasting your time getting to know all of these different people unless we're more of a hustle than an opportunity to have a relationship? If you're putting us through this whole speed dating system where you get to pick the best out of the next 5, that's an opportunity I would just rather miss altogether. Because like I said, when yes, I do like certain people. I will say hello to certain people, but once I've decided that this is a person that I would like to get to know, then I'm not talking to anybody else. I'm just talking to that person. And it may only last for a day or two. Maybe you find out something later on that did not spark your interest, that turned you off from wanting to get to know that person further, and then you can start dating, or you can start getting out there in the pool again. But if you have a genuine interest in that person, how else are you going to get to know that person the way that you want to if your time is spread out with all of these different guys? I don't like it. So long delays between responses. Number 4, I hate being given timelines. Should timelines exist? I'm okay with that. But you don't need to, these are things that you don't really need to speak out loud. I really believe, I genuinely believe that when women are giving these timelines, they're giving you their expectations. They're telling you what they expect from you in order for them to give you this. I won't meet with you for a couple of weeks until we've had a chance to talk here for a certain number of days. And then if I feel you've passed the test, then you get to make it to the next stage and we can talk on the phone. And you've noticed I didn't say anything about sex. I'm too old to be concerned about whether I'm jumping into bed with you or not. I'm ready to have a relationship. So when you start giving me these timelines instead of just letting things happen naturally, then it's not happening naturally. We talk to each other until we feel comfortable enough to meet for coffee. And then we meet for coffee or dinner or lunch or whatever. And then we meet in person. We make sure you look like your photos, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But you get to know that person in person to find out if is actual chemistry and whether you want to take things farther from there. I don't understand the need for a timeline. I think what's really sad is a lot of women mistakenly believe that having a timeline gives them more of a chance to meet the type of person they want to be with. I got news for you. Even bad guys pick up on what's going on. So if they understand that there's a timeline, guess what they're probably going to do? And yes, in my younger days, I'm kind of speaking from experience, so I'm not going to act like I'm just a saint. But these guys will pick up on these timelines. They'll be talking to other girls and investing. It's an investment. They'll invest the time that you need them to give you while they're talking to other people so that when the day comes, hey, I made it to stage 1 over here. I'm in stage 2 over here. I hit a home run with this girl over here. There's still a game, whether there's a timeline involved or not. There doesn't need to be one. Get to know a person. When things feel right for you to take it to the next step, then you will both know it. Take it to the next step. Stop being so afraid to take a chance, or stop setting these unrealistic expectations that people like me actually grow frustrated. You talk about looking for a good guy, but all of your expectations that you're setting up is getting you the wrong ones, because we know what we're looking for just like you are. So why are you putting us through all of these hoops and everything else when you're not willing to do the same in reverse? Period. What number am I on? Number 3. Showing all the goods in your photos. This isn't a conversation. If we're looking to be in a relationship and you've got your booty hanging out, your tatas hanging out, your tongue hanging out so we can see your tongue piercing, I know that's not for me. You're showing that to anybody who's willing to look to say, oh my God, I want a woman who is reserving herself for the person she wants to be with, whether that's me, whether that's someone else. Guys, we can see the sexiness in a woman. We can see whether she's got the physical characteristics that we are attracted to without you putting it on full display for the world to see. We don't need it. And so, like I said, when I see nothing but booty pics and tongue piercings and tatas, like you just holding it up, I'm a good girl, and you got a full frontal, you got your fupa, your fupa hanging out your shirt. It's not attractive. I don't care how good it looks. I will appreciate it for what it is, but chances of us having a relationship because of that is slim to none, period. Number 2, starting conversations with the bills you need paid. You think it doesn't happen, but it does. You'll say hello to someone. They'll like, and a lot of these women are extra attractive when they do this, but I've had cases where some of them weren't so attractive, and you're getting to know them, and within the first message or two, they're talking about, man, I wish I could talk to you on the phone, but I haven't paid my phone bill, so I probably won't be able to do that till next week or the week after. And then they hope that they've been able to, or there's other ones like, I'm not gonna lie to you. You're very attractive. I would love to go out and hang out with you, but I'm kind of in a desperate situation and I need to pay my rent. And I was kind of hoping that I could find somebody that would want to help me out with that. Like, that one's a little bit more deliberate. That one, she's literally, if you still try to spark up a relationship with that conversation, then you're a fool. period. But the other ones, the more subtle ones about helping her with her phone bill so that she can talk to you on the phone or whatever, that it's the same deliberation. They're just trying to be a little bit more shisty about it. And the minute you realize that they're talking to you and they're mentioning their phone bills, guess what, guys? You've just become a business transaction. And that's not cool, man. It's like, and I'm sorry if you girls feel like we're giving up game, but the whole point of when I talk about the whole point of me talking about relationships, online dating, or whatever the case may be, it's for people who are actually looking for genuine relationships, not the gold diggers, not the players, not none of that stuff. With these conversations, you won't even be able to relate to. We're giving up game on who you guys are, so we don't have to deal with it moving forward. We want real good women in our lives. Real good women want real good men in our lives, and we just don't have time for those kind of games. So we're going to be exposing it so that we know what to look forward to, look for moving forward. Number one, this is I don't know. I think 1, 2, and 3 were probably that. Like these could have went either way, but I just had to figure out one, and I think this one because it's been so much more annoying and so much more common recently. I think this is the reason why I put it number one. But Snapchat filters in every single photo. I actually did a whole couple of videos just on Snapchat filters alone. I don't want to know what you look like as a kitty cat. I don't want to know what you look like 12, 13, 30 years ago. I don't want to know any of those things. I want to know what you look like right now. Snapchat filters have no place in online dating. If you want to put on a Snapchat filter after I know what you look like, say, "Oh, look, I'm a kitty cat," whatever. Then you do that. You know, that's cute. That's like cute after I know what you really look like. But if you're not willing to let me see what you look like before we've met, then one of two things is about to happen. Either we're never going to meet and you're just here for the conversation, or you're going to hope that you could win me over with conversation enough to where I don't care what you look like in person. And the sad thing is with someone like me, I don't care so much about what you look like. If there's an initial attraction, it can grow more with the conversation, but it's not fair for you to catfish my perception of you and then win me over with the conversation, hoping that the catfish, I'm willing to ignore that in order to maintain a relationship because you were a good person. You stopped being a good person the minute you decided to trick me. We don't need Snapchat filters in online dating. At the very least, you just said, "Hey, that's not really me. This is really me. I hope you're not disappointed, or I don't care if you're disappointed. That's who I am." Anyways, you can kind of see I'm agitated and stuff with that already, man. It's annoying. I got to get up out of here, man. I hope, ladies, gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed this top 5 pet peeve. I always enjoy talking about dating. I think there are a lot of women out there who have lost their rabbit bleep bleep minds on what dating means, what it means to find a good man. And that's part of the reason why they're single. Why am I single? Because I'm not putting up with that stuff. And there's finally come a time in my life where I've decided to be patient enough to find the right one for me. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys in the next video. Talk to you soon.